This is another original story I wrote, and it's called Hell Off the Highway. I hope you enjoy it. Every summer, we used to go on vacation to Fort Myers, Florida. We lived about 2 hours away, so it didn't take too long to get there. We always enjoyed it. My brother and I loved the beach, and my parents loved it because it was the only time we weren't at each other's throats. One of the last summers we went up there, I had so much fun. I remember swimming in the ocean, playing games at the local arcade. It was great. I ended up sleeping the entire way home. I remember when my parents woke us up, they looked visibly shaken, and it was about an hour later than what it had usually taken us to get home. The next morning, I asked why they looked that way, and they told me that I would have to wait until I was older to hear the story. Years later, they finally told me. They looked almost terrified in telling me, which scared me. Anyway, here's what I could remember. The drive home started off as any other. It was dark and quiet. My mother had to use the restroom, so they got off the highway and stopped at the nearest gas station. While she used the restroom, my dad decided to put some gas in the tank since they were there anyway. When they were both finished, they both got back in the car and headed back to the highway. While they were on their way, they couldn't help the feeling of being followed. My dad checked the mirror and noticed one car behind us. Normally, something like that wouldn't be out of the ordinary, but it was late and they had been behind them since leaving the gas station. They didn't know their way around the area, so they tried to get back to the highway as fast as they could. The closer they got to the highway, though, the closer the car behind them got. Just their luck. The light just before getting back onto the highway turned red. They checked their mirrors again and it looked like the guys in the car behind them had weapons. They were getting out of the car. They were right next to our car when the light finally turned green. My dad hit the gas and sped on out of there as fast as he could. My mom checked the mirrors and saw them get back to their car and followed us back onto the highway. As you can imagine, my parents were frantic. This was the age before cell phones, so they couldn't call for help. My dad had gotten the idea that if we went fast enough, he would attract the attention of a cop car. Besides, he had to keep as much difference between us and them as possible. Even though he was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, the car behind us was doing a pretty good job of keeping up. My mom looked in the mirror again and saw one of the guys in the car behind us pull out a gun and motion to get closer. My parents were even more frantic now because there wasn't much they could do to protect us. They got closer and closer, almost side by side with us. At that moment, my parents were sure that something horrible was about to happen. My mom grabbed my dad's hand and held it tight. My parents looked at each other with tears in their eyes. Then, by some crazy stroke of luck, they heard sirens behind us. It was the police. They ended up pulling both the cars over, and this is the only time they've ever been grateful for it. The police officer came over to speak to my parents and explained everything to them. According to him, the car that had been chasing us was reported stolen and suspected of being used in the shooting that had taken place earlier that evening. My parents saw them pull these guys from the car, along with several weapons including guns and baseball bats. My parents were so grateful to them, thanking them several times. One of the police officers even offered to follow us home to make sure that we were okay. This time, they had no problem with that as it made the drive home that much safer. It's still crazy that my brother and I were asleep throughout all of this. I can only imagine how we would have reacted if we were awake. Certainly it will make you think twice about driving in unknown areas. And I can only imagine what these guys would have done to us if the cops didn't show up sooner. Thanks guys for checking out this video. If you liked the story, you can like and share this video along with commenting. Has something like that ever happened to you? If you would like to hear future narrations done by me, click on that subscribe button. If you enjoy this story and would like to hear others I've written, check out the playlist in the description. If you would like for me to read any of your stories, true or otherwise, please email me at danscares@gmail.com. Until next time, sleep tight.